Ruby Rod.
Is it going? Is it going? Hello. I think it's good.
Welcome to another episode of Randy and the Fat Guy.
Whoa. Randy and the Fat Guy.
I had to throw that out.
Yeah.
So.
Welcome to another episode of Knerdout. I'm your host, Randy. And
Knerdout!
This is the Fat Guy, Brian.
Fat Guy of the Week, you know.
Yeah. So he's your Fat Guy of the Week, right?
Yep.
Every week I'm going to have a new fat guy to assist in making me look a little bit more
Slim.
Right. But we're here, and Thursday night we went and saw Mad Max Fury Road, and it was getting such good reviews, and
Which scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna suck,
but it did not, did it?
It did not suck.
It was like from beginning to end. Pure action, maybe 6% of like moments on the screen when there was not action going on. And maybe about like 1 page of dialogue for Tom Hardy as Mad Max, which was perfectly okay. It was great. I just loved it. I want to see, like, it's the first time I saw a movie that I immediately just wanted to like go out and see it again.
It's the first time I've seen Part 4 that was the best. I think it's the best one. I think they took everything.
I think it was the best one.
I think they took everything in the previous movies that was good, multiplied it, and put it in a movie and said, "Fuck all you guys. We're not gonna make something for the masses. We're gonna make something for Mad Max fans."
Yeah,
and that's like I don't want to be act like I'm the hugest Mad Max fan, because I'm not. I love them. Like, I own the movies,
right.
but I saw this. I'm like, wow, they really, this is some fan service.
Definitely.
It was made for fans.
And it didn't feel like it was like they took bits and pieces of all the other movies and tried to make a movie like the new Terminator looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like they took like all the
Terminator
looks
pretty
terrible.
Good. No,
it looks like
it looks fun.
It
looks so fun.
It looks like a made-for-TV movie circa 1998. But I'm gonna go see it, and I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to say about it.
I have more about Mad Max.
Go.
I have a theory.
Yeah, theory.
I think it's a prequel.
How would that be? Like,
because I think...
How would it be prequel? Because in the original Mad Max, they showed Mad Max's family die.
No, but I think it's I think it's sort of like a prequel to, say, like Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm.
I think it takes place before Thunderdome.
That could be.
And I think that one of those girls was Tina Turner. Because she sort of looked a little bit like Tina Turner.
I'm not going with that theory at
I don't,
all.
you know, and like I said, I have no reason to say this except what I saw, and I'm probably wrong.
I think George Miller was just making a fun Mad Max movie. I don't think he was trying to make it so people would analyze where it fit into the movie. But go ahead.
I don't think so either, but I like it as a prequel. I just like it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I think it was a great movie.
And that place reminded me of Thunderdome.
Okay, yeah.
A little bit.
I
mean, it wasn't... I know it's not Thunderdome, but the city where Thunderdome was. Right, it's sort of like... How many of those existed?
Well, I think the whole Mad Max universe is sort of that, like, you know, it's desert. So I think it all kind of blends together. But it was so much fun, and it wasn't a thinker. Don't go trying to use your brain.
Don't be like me and analyze.
Right. Don't try to analyze whether that's a young Tina Turner, because I don't think it's that. George Miller, kudos, dude. 70-year-old man, and this movie. You know what's so special about this movie is this movie. Modern movies today, like, this had everything that a modern action movie doesn't have. Like, It didn't feel like it was like appeasing to the corporate suits. Like, it was like George Miller's like, I'm gonna make a crazy movie with crazy dudes with like puffy skin. And
the bureaucrats would not approve this movie at all.
Yeah, it would.
They would not approve it, which I loved about it.
Absolutely not. They'd be like, I think you need to edit out this guy with gout on his leg. You need this guitar guy. I don't know. I love the guitar guy.
Actually, the one scene I couldn't believe they kept, and I could tell it bothered you in the theater.
What's that? Oh, the needle?
No, that.
Yeah, it bothered me.
And I don't want to give too much away, but...
Well, if you didn't see it now, you're wasting.
Like, the sort of, like, aborted baby scene.
Oh, yeah.
That I could tell in the theater that bothered you.
That was a rough
scene. I couldn't believe it was in there.
Yeah.
That actually hit my nerve a little bit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't believe it was in there.
It is a spoiler warning, but I did like the fact that the girl did die and you didn't. Like, they didn't try to. There was no joking with this movie. Like, they did not say like. They did not make rules. There was no rules.
There were no rules.
It was Mad Max Fury Road, and it was great. So if you haven't seen it, I really don't think that anything we said spoiled you. And if it did, you know what? Screw you. You should have seen it by now. It's a great movie. I think it's gonna flop in the box office though. I just don't think.
Really?
I don't think Mindy and Steve are gonna go see this movie and be like, "Wow, that was great." They're gonna be like, "I didn't like this."
Yeah, and there's not
This wasn't Fast and Furious. I didn't see Vin Diesel in it. Like, I just think that your typical like.
There's not enough guys our age without kids.
Right. There's too much ugliness to it.
Yeah. It's like I think it's really made for someone like an older person who's single. I mean, you're not gonna take your son to that.
No,
like,
no, I would
way.
if my son was 14 years old.
Yeah, it's gonna go right next to Dread in the video.
Yeah, which is another good movie,
which is
underappreciated. But it was raw. It was a raw film, and it was not a thinker. It was like pure action chasing. It was great.
Do you want to rip on my brother again, really quick?
Okay, go for it.
Last night. He went to see Avengers again instead of Fury Road. I yelled at him on the phone.
Yeah, you should.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Avengers was a fine movie.
Yeah,
but,
it was cute.
Yeah, but you know, for the third time, go see Mad Max.
Yeah. Don't see Avengers twice.
I thought you were going to tell me he went to see Pitch Perfect too.
I didn't even know there was What's Pitch Perfect?
I don't know. It's some chick comedy. Not that there's a problem with chick comedies.
There's the only problem with chick comedies is dudes that see them. You know, because they're goofy.
I mean, you know, there's...
Just joking.
I don't even know.
Guys that like chick movie comedies.
Yeah, I don't know. If there's a good one, I'll go see it, but, you know...
Yeah.
I'm not going to not like something because it's a chick
movie. I like chick dramas. I don't like chick comedies.
What is a chick drama that you're picking out of your head that you like?
A chick drama? Like Steel Magnolia.
Thelma and Louise? Was that a drama?
You know, I never saw that, but I saw... even the Notebook, like that.
I didn't see it.
That's a total chick movie.
Yes,
but
it
it's
is.
a well-made chick movie. I don't like chick comedies.
Right. Stacy tried to get me to see Notebook. She's got it on DVD.
It's good.
I just don't know that I want to do it.
You know, it'll make your wife happy.
I know.
She'll think you have a sensitive side.
I have no sensitive
side. I know, but you will. I'll bet you. I'll bet you cry if you watch it.
I probably will.
Not cry, but you'll get like a tear. You know, you get a tear.
I never cry, Brian.
Yeah.
But this was, anyways, good movie. I got a lot of stuff this week. I got Spider-Woman from Marvel Legends. We found this actually right before we saw the movie. And, wow, she's a pretty sexy action figure. Nice. But, it's a great figure. If I love the 70s. You got to go with the 70s.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the 70s and 80s designs.
Like I said, if those figures were around 20 years ago, I'd still collect comic books.
Yeah?
I would, man. It's like...
I think if comic books didn't cost $5 an issue, I'd still collect
The only reason I got out of comic books was because there was nothing holding me to them. I mean, the covers are beautiful and all that, but 90% of the time they're in a box. So, where it's a toy you have out, you muck with it, and it's fun, you know? But now that these are out, man, I just would have been into it.
Yeah, no, they're great. I'm new to the Marvel Legends. They've been great. I think they do a little bit of reusing of parts, but if they work, they work.
Yeah, exactly.
But 70 Spider-Woman was another thing. And I got the Fifth Element Funko reaction figures. And they are my favorite of the Funko reactions thus far. I just never understood why they never made Fifth Element figures. I finally have a Ruby Rod figure. Ruby Rod!
That's incredible.
Yeah. But, ironically... where the past Funko reaction figures, the packaging was better than the figures. I actually think this set, the figures are better than the packaging.
I was noticing that, even in the store,
Oh, you saw them?
Yeah, those look great. Those look really, really, the sculpts are stronger. Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
But I hate to say it, but my favorite though were the Karate Kids. Yeah, but we can't talk about that right now because we'll get those on the show. Right?
Okay, if you want to.
But I just love those cards.
Yeah. The packaging is great. Yeah, and I did get I got all of them but two. I need the girl, which I can't remember her name, and I need
Elizabeth Shue
character, and I need the Cobra Kai leader. I can't remember his name. He was a mean looking dude. Yeah. Mean look. Him and Johnny.
Robert, what's his real name?
I don't know, but
Martin Cove.
Okay.
Martin Cove. Yeah, he's at the
cool.
Comic-Con today.
Really?
What do you want? His autograph and Johnny.
I'm not a Johnny man. Yeah. He was the bad guy in that and Back to School.
Yeah,
he looked like a bad guy.
He looked like a douche.
Yeah, totally.
He wins douchebag.
He's the guy that probably picked on you in high school. Maybe picked on me in high school. I got this the X-Goken Prime. We'll talk about it in a second. Because I do want to review that. Also, just by the time this this is online or whatever broadcast.
Yeah,
thank you.
I think for streams.
I will either have or not have one of my holy grail toys, and that is the Machine Robo Jumbo Jet 747. The only way to get this was back in the 80s. If you flew on whatever airline it was in Japan, they gave it to you as a child as like a free gift. And it's a fully new, like unused, like unretooled machine robo GoBot mold. And
Big time.
That's
Big
a holy
time.
grail.
Yeah.
So I have a number in my head, and it's a lot of money, and I'm willing to spend it, and this will be my holy grail. And by next episode, we will know whether I won or not. I gotta be honest, I think I'm not going to
Oh
win.
no, man!
The last one that came up,
How much did the last one go for?
I think the last one went for a little under 300, and I'm willing to spend about that. The problem is I think our economy's gotten better. I think they've dried up a little bit, and also
The
this
new
time,
series.
yeah, and this time I'm serious about it. Like this time I'm willing to do it. So now it's gonna go higher, but we'll see.
I'm excited to see it. I think it'll win.
Man, it's a holy grail.
Yeah.
It's one of the few holy grails that I've left in collecting in general.
So you have to get it.
I have to.
Like you don't have a choice. The price doesn't matter. As
No,
Mike
price
Lester
matters.
Mike Lester once said the price doesn't matter. It's finding it that matters.
Yeah, but now that I have to have it. Price does
You do
matter
have to
because
have
I have
it.
a budget.
I know. Me
But
too.
if price didn't matter, I would absolutely have it. But if price didn't matter, I'd also have all the Italian release Starcom toys and
Yeah.
things like that. So price matters. Review-wise, I got the X-Goken Optimus Prime. Now, to tell you a little bit about it, this was made by Future Toys, who's also coming out with those new Machine Robo toys. This is a non-transformable, fully articulated die-cast metal version of the cartoon animated version of G1 Optimus Prime. Now, generally, I don't buy Action Master type toys, and I actually last episode totally ripped on Andy Scorponok for that. But so I'm kind of a hypocrite. But I wanted to check it out, and I love this thing. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, he's been gushing over the phone about this
I have.
for a week.
I have.
You know,
It's not for everybody. Not everybody needs a non-articulated Optimus Prime, especially one that retails for about $120. But I got a better deal of it through Motor City Toy Store, and I really thank you, Nick. You gave me a sweet deal. But it's really articulated. It's really heavy. Lots of die-cast metal. His hand fell off with the gun, but it's tight. It's
does look
it's
right
fun.
out of the comic book.
Yeah, it looks right. And I do say I prefer like a more dynamic Optimus Prime as opposed to animated. But you know what? It's scaled to like the modern 6-inch. It's about 8 inches. It's scaled to like Star Wars Black, Marvel Legends. So it's kind of a cool like 1/6 scale type action figure.
What else do they have in the series?
They have an Alpha Trion, which it looks really good, but like I can't say that I've been like clamoring for an Alpha Trion figure. And then the Grimlock, and the Grimlock is interesting because I watched a review and it's sort of like a combo of cartoon Grimlock and toy Grimlock. It doesn't seem to have the same effect that this one does. This is when it's like straight up like cartoon accurate, right off the TV Optimus Prime.
They got to do a Megatron.
They do.
Yeah, they got to make a few of those because that on its own, unfortunately, is a little useless. But if you had like 10 of them, I think it'd be a pretty nifty collection going on. You know,
I
of
agree.
Non-transforming Transformers. You know,
But I also like that it's that I can have a standalone. Like I don't feel the need that I have to have a whole set. Like I'm an Optimus Prime.
yeah,
dude.
that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because you like multiple renditions of the same character.
Right.
Where it's like I like to have one.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. You have a pretty extensive Arcadia Robotech collection.
Yeah, but you know what? It's sort of like, but they're not all the same. I mean, they're the same
they're
mold.
all the same.
They're the
Right.
same mold.
With, like,
but
different
in my
wings.
imagination, they're different.
All right.
You know, because like if I play with them, it's like they're different characters. Where it's like you can only have one Optimus Prime.
Well, you
I
can
know,
have.
it's a
No,
double
I
standard.
know. I think I understand. I will say I'm glad that I don't think the Grimlock is just as cool, and I don't really need an Alpha Trion because I could easily collect these and spend $120 on a non-articulated die-cast metal figure. And I do think that, Transformers that don't transform sort of defeats the purpose. So this isn't for everyone, but it is definitely for me. I'm super into it. I love posing it around and playing with it. And it's pretty durable, really heavy. But that's my reviews, and you got the Big Daddy. What did you get?
Well, this is Apollyon, aka Megatron.
Finally.
Finally, yes, I love this toy. But that's my opinion. Like, I love the way it looks. Randy has an issue. Do you want me to say it or do you want to say it?
No, why don't we discuss what it is? It's
Okay.
a third party.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll be. This is a third party.
Get it together, Brian.
So, yeah, you know, that's the thing. All right, this is a third party want to be masterpiece Megatron. And I say want to be because it comes really close to what I think a masterpiece Megatron would be, but it falls a little short in a couple areas. And that's okay. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I love this. This is one of my favorite not Transformers right now. But, you know, I mean, it's scary to transform. I mean, I think it's beautiful. I think this is the best rendition of Megatron you can get. But a lot of parts in his legs are terrifying. Like when you're really trying to transform it and get it into gun mode, it's absolutely frightening. But that being said, I've done it twice and it actually hasn't broke. I haven't even had a part fall off of it yet. And you know,
How many times did you transform it?
like twice.
Twice.
Well, I mean, proper twice, like 4 times. But the first time I did it, I actually had to take a screwdriver and pull it apart to get his legs out because it was so tight. And you know, I really think that this, if you're a Megatron fan, I mean, this is, you know,
The Megatron.
yeah, I think it's the one to get. You know, I mean,
Well, I hate the original masterpiece.
Yeah,
Megatron.
so
That is the most
I don't own it.
fun toy. Yeah,
And that's shocking that I don't own it
It
because
is.
I love Megatron. You know, he's probably my favorite. My G1 Megatron is my favorite Transformer, and just this coming out was such a treat for me. And it lived up to its expectations. I figured it was going to be difficult to transform and scary,
Right.
and it is. But you know, in its robot mode, he's fun. You know, he's pretty posable. He moves around. He looks the part. But
He feels pretty durable, but I don't know about how fun transforming that thing would be.
It's not. It's scary, and all the reviews I've seen, people are terrified of transforming it. But you know what? Are you really going to have it in gun mode? You know, nobody.
Right.
It's cool that it does it, and it
Right.
does do it. But this is like what I'm looking for.
Yeah, once you do
know?
that once or twice,
Yeah.
like, you're good.
Yeah, once the gimmick of it's
Right.
over, it's sort of like this is like what you have to grade it on. And I think I really do give him about a 9.
Really?
I think for a third party,
Yeah.
for 5 guys making CAD plans and
right.
sending them to China to have
pretty
this
amazing.
thing done, it's amazing. It's incredible. It makes me wish Takara would do it because then all the stuff that's scary about it wouldn't be scary.
So you
anymore.
think if Takara did do it, they could take it up a notch?
Yes, they
Good.
could improve it, but this is such a noble effort. I think it's worth every cent, you know, because if you get it, like, it's the same price as a masterpiece would be, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, they didn't compromise on it. To me, it feels uncompromised. It's also a little unrefined in parts of the transformation.
The only thing that I think it looks great. I didn't play with it, but just looking at it, it does look like it fits in with the Takara masterpiece. My only complaint is it does look like the legs, the crotch area is a little wide, and I think the crotch is a little wide, and then I think the legs could be pulled down like a quarter of inch. Because it looks kind of gimpy right now, but other than that, I just judging by it, other than needing to pull out the
I know. I
Yeah.
gotta man up and do that.
Yeah.
I'm scared because you have to take a pair of pliers and like something to hold the barrel and like bust it.
But you think it's the best Megatron toy to date?
I think so.
Okay.
I truly enjoy it.
I like the leader class Megatron, but I think they're in a different class.
I think they are in a different class, and they're different Megatrons.
Right.
The leader class Megatron is a G2
It's a tank?
Megatron,
Okay.
painted like this. But
It's fun though.
but when that G2 Megatron comes out in G2 colors,
Yeah.
that'd be an argument.
Yeah.
Because it would be, it would make me want to see this.
I think other than the legs, if that was a Takara piece, again, I didn't transform it, but looks-wise, it really does accompany the Prime well. Like, it fits into that universe. It's well-scaled. It's just, I think that the crotch is wide.
Crotch
and
is wide.
The legs look a little stubby. A little
They
bit.
are.
But, that's complaining about, I mean, like you said, like 5 guys probably sitting in their garage, and then taking the plans to China and having it manufactured is, it's pretty amazing.
We need to one day do a special on the third parties. Like, I would like to do the homework and figure out how it all goes down,
I would love to. I think people have been trying to do that for some time now. I mean, They just, it's crazy. The third parties, they're like banned from BotCon coming up in July or June, whatever that is.
Are they really?
Yeah,
well,
they're
that's a Hasbro event.
Right, I guess so. But they pretty much said like no third party products, which has got to kill a lot of dealers and fans because honestly, third party is probably producing like maybe 1/3 of the product out there.
I'll bet. Yeah. I mean, especially high end items. I mean, the only high end Transformer stuff are Masterpiece.
Definitely.
Right now,
Right.
and it's like.
Or expensive Asia exclusive stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, right now it's like there's more third party than there is legit, of new stuff.
Right.
I mean, they have two, and you can take your pick. You got 2 third party Astro trains. You know,
Right.
you got all the combiners. I don't even know all the stuff.
No,
all
right.
the Dinobots. Then they even do Dinobot combiners.
Yeah,
which look insane.
they do look insane.
Yeah, it's just
there's a lot out there. I mean, those third party companies are filling a hole in the collector's world, and there's so many different opinions about third party to form. Whether they're stealing intellectual property.
I think they are.
They absolutely
and I don't
are.
like to contribute to it, but you know what? If Hasbro made this stuff, I'd buy it from Hasbro, but they don't.
Right.
So
Good
step
point.
up, put some money into your line, manage it better, and put the third parties out of business.
Right.
All Hasbro has to do is if they don't like this being made, make one. Yeah,
right.
and it's gone. It's
And if
automatically
you don't feel,
irrelevant.
if Hasbro doesn't feel that there's a big enough market to financially prosper from it,
Then quit
then
bitching.
don't bitch.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like, I mean, I don't think that's right to be stealing someone's character and make something of it, but there's obviously a place in the marketplace for it, I guess.
Yeah, I
that's
mean, people
redundant,
want
but-
this.
Yes.
You know, this isn't a knockoff. This isn't like, we're going to copy them.
Right.
No, somebody had to come up with this on their own
Right.
and make it. They balled up and did it. And, I mean, that says a lot.
Yeah, and it's not like people are saying, Hasbro, or Takara, we don't want to buy yours. They just say, we want to buy one.
Yeah.
And if you give us one, a good one, which Takara has tendency to make quality products, we'll buy it.
They're always the better one. I mean, like, honestly, if you look at Ultra Magnus and the KFC.
Yes, I agree.
And I liked that KFC Ultra Magnus before the real one came out. And,
right.
like, imagine, and if this is the same company that made it.
Yeah.
KFC.
Oh, it is? That's the same company?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
KFC and x-transbots, they're the same.
all right.
It doesn't say that they're the same company, but they are.
Wow. Okay.
So it's like, imagine how much Takara would improve on this, And
yeah,
it's
again, extend the legs,
Yep.
narrow the crotch. Again, I didn't transform it, but it's good. This is such a debate.
But I'll buy whatever Megatron comes out. Whatever G1 Megatron comes out that's decent, I'll automatically buy it. I don't care.
Right.
It's because I love it.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, I don't generally buy third-party stuff, because I can wait till, hopefully, if Takara makes one. But the question is Takara ever going to make a new Masterpiece Megatron? Like,
I hope.
I mean, they know that they can't sell it to the American market. So
I would love to have one of these that I could really muck with and
Yeah.
not have to worry about it.
I think even if they made one, though, I think it would still be a complex transformation. I just think that converting that robot and that gun into a robot it's just not.
It's not a good way to do it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But I still think the Masterpiece Megatron is pretty incredible.
I hate it.
I know you hate it, but when you see
My
it,
least favorite Transformer ever.
I know, but look how incredible it looks in gun mode. I mean, it's so smooth and sleek.
It's
It's a big gun, but I think it sort of does what it's supposed to do, and it does it sort of well. I mean, and this is a guy that's never owned one or
one. That's a whole new world.
But just going from the pictures, I think it's pretty neat.
I think it literally popped a blood vessel in my. I mean, I hated transforming it. It's getting all rusty and it's terrible. I hate it. And I think that he looks like he's got like giant lips on that figure. I have nothing but bad things to say about that Megatron. The only thing I liked about it is it came with Kremzik. That's it. But that's a lot of Megatron talk. Last thing we really have is we didn't discuss this last time we got together, but it looks like a Robotech movie through Sony is coming together. Both Brian and I, would you say that we are huge Robotech fans?
I'd say we own Robotech a little bit. We're tribal elders when it comes to that. Yeah.
Like, I can't say that I know all the like details and all the different ship names or jet names, which you do know. But as a childhood, Robotech was my thing, and I don't know if I should be excited. It seems like such an easy thing to translate into like a trilogy. If they actually make a trilogy for this movie, and
would it be a Macross trilogy though, or would it be like all of them?
I think that what they do is that they condense the storyline of the TV show into 3 2-hour movies, so 6 hours, I think you could get the guts of Robotech perfectly translated into a movie, 3 2-hour movies.
But do you think they would like include the new generation in it? And
No, that would be too much.
Yeah.
I think they need to do. I see what you're saying.
They could time compress it.
I think that would,
but it would be so.
That would be too much. That would be too much going on. I think they should just stick with Macross Saga. And man, and I'm nervous because I'm
terrified of it because like Robotech holds / Macross, it holds a place in my heart.
Absolutely.
Like it's like there's no room for some new director to come give me Macross for this generation.
Right.
I just want Macross of that generation updated a little bit. You know, and it's like somebody's going to try and put their own mark.
Right.
Like, I don't want that.
No, I don't either.
You know?
It's like what they did with G.I. Joe. Like they gave Snake Eyes a mouth. They took all the characters from the G.I. Joe movies. I'm kind of jumping, and they took everything I loved about them and just flipped it around, and it made no sense. And there's no reason to do that with a Robotech movie because honestly, the story really does contain all the proper elements you need for a successful story.
Yeah, and it's like I just think that they would like if I were into a movie like that, I would want to concentrate a lot on like Breetai, you know, and see a lot of things from his angle.
Right.
And like even in the first movie, you know he's not like a bad guy. You know he's like doing his job. And the moment where him and Glovo like come together, to decide they have to work together, I'd make that payoff so huge because you're so waiting for these guys to like undersee eye to eye, you know. And it's like, but they're not going to do that. They're just going to make it an action movie.
There's so
they're
many
gonna
elements.
Screw the Valkyries up.
I know.
Like.
I guess they got the guy directing Fast and Furious 7 doing it, or Fast and Furious. Now I can't say that I've seen that, so I really don't know if that's good. But he also did what's that horror movie I like? Conjuring. He did The Conjuring.
James Wan?
I think so. I think that's who
he did Saw.
Yeah, right. I didn't like Saw, but I like Conjuring, and people tell me the Fast and Furious stuff is good. I guess I should just go see it. But
I want to see it. I've never seen it. I didn't know James Wan did that.
The Conjuring?
No, the
he's lined up. Oh yeah, I guess he did the newest one.
I mean, he's a good director. I mean, like it or not, Saw. It's still like he made something out of nothing. But he had no money. I mean, it was like I think that movie was like $1 million or something.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that movie worked.
I'm not a fan of that, but it's just not my genre of horror. But I don't know. I think maybe they just need a guy who's passionate. And
Robotech needs to be made correctly.
Right.
Like we should do it. They should hire us to do it.
Hire Brian and I to
write
do
it.
Robotech.
At least to write it.
Yes.
You know, that would story art the shit out of it. I'd make it so good.
As long as they put together the movie as a trilogy instead of then they'll be fine. Like do what you did. I know it's
watch the cartoon.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
Go back, watch the cartoon.
And you know what? You could totally cut that into 6 hours. And
easy.
And have all the elements you need to make a good Robotech movie. And that would then bring us good Robotech toys, new Robotech toys. Let's get it done right. Let's get some Robotech toys, Robotech movie. Let's do it. That could be the next trilogy of our lifetime.
If we actually get that, a good one, I mean, that would be it. That would be bigger than Star Wars for me.
Maybe not bigger than Star Wars.
It would for me. I remember because Macross. When I first saw Robotech, I wanted to trade in my imaginary X-wing for my imaginary Valkyrie. I mean,
I could see that.
It's like I like that more than an X-wing.
I remember.
That's cooler than an X-wing.
I remember going to Toys R Us and buying the first episode Booby Trap on VHS. And like that's commitment when you were a kid because a VHS was like $30 for like a half an hour episode. I was so hooked to Robotech, and I remember I tried to get one of my childhood friends into it, and he kind of made fun of me. But I think it's because his name was Jeff. Yeah, you wouldn't know him, but I was like, oh, you got to see Robotech. It's great. It's got action, drama, romance. He's like, really? Yeah. He's like, really? Action, drama, and romance? And then after I said that, I realized, oh man, a 10-year-old boy saying those 3 words sounds pretty cheesy. But I was into it.
It is what it is.
So let's get Robotech done right. Transformer that doesn't transform, cool. Megatron, cool.
The barely transforms,
short,
very
squatty.
difficult, you know, but what are you going to do? Third party.
Ruby Rod action figure. And it was a pretty good week. Until next time, nerd out!
Nerd out!
Let's see how long this bad boy is.
I think that was...
Is it... Oh, good. 29 minutes.
That's very good.